So my little pile is now dug up in and out. I'm sure the little pieces of wood won't really matter once stuff gets growing. But yeah, I'll have to rake it into place, and I'm assuming you have to put the little rows for where you're planting stuff. Something I did last year was I overseeded it a little bit too much, and that ended up causing some issues with them growing quite badly, and I guess they choked each other out. On top of not really being dug up and all that. So I know all this information is probably out there on the internet and whatever, and how to grow properly and everything along those lines, but the way I see it is I don't know, I like learning by myself, and trying it out on my own skin. It's not like I have to survive to eat my own stuff right now, and I think if ever that time came, you'd be better off if you knew all the little things that you could do wrong that wouldn't give you a good crop, and along that sort. So it's more of like just a testing, experimenting, that type of thing. So not really that I need to survive on this, but it would be cool if I could get it to that point, so I wouldn't actually have to buy anything from the grocery store. But of course, probably will need some manure and some other fertilizer or whatever to pop on here to be able to get everything good. But yeah, let's get this cleaned up. So now I've got them hoed out as well. I don't know if you can see how deep it is. It's about, I think, 10 inches up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small rows. So again, not sure if you can tell, but small little trenches there. I'm assuming what that does is it allows the water to kind of run down, and it would collect more down there where the deep roots are. And then kind of leave the top more open to the air, so that the roots can breathe, get oxygen and all that other good stuff, and keep the soil more broken up. Also gives me a good path, to walk on, so that I don't step all over the plants. So we'll see what I can plant here. Unfortunately, not stuff that requires a lot of sun, like watermelon, strawberries, etc. But we'll see. Some radishes, cucumbers, whatever else. Supposedly there's a disease for the cucumbers around here that doesn't let them grow. They kind of disintegrated on me last year, but also pulled out what I assume just a whole bunch of tree roots. Obviously they wouldn't grow or anything, but I'm wondering if it was better to maybe leave them in there and kind of mulch them up and let them grow. But what I'll do is I'll just throw them in with the massive or the massive leaf pile that I'm amassing here and back there. And finally, so for these little growths, they keep falling over in the wind and getting pushed down by the rain, so I'm going to actually pull them out. And what I've got here is I took apart a couple flat screen TVs, and these are fairly translucent plexiglass. I'm sure they're not organic unless they came from some organic OLED TV, but that was not the case anyway. So I'll do some sort of contraption over here to just keep them semi in the greenhouse, but not where they're getting covered completely and not receiving any oxygen. So alright, well, turns out it's not too bad of an idea. So I've got some bricks at the back, which I might put some more insulation or something right over there, but I'm gonna leave one side open. I don't think the whole point of this is to give it a little bit of breathing room as well, but keep it a little hotter under there to facilitate faster growth, mimic the tropics or whatever. But also this will make it a lot easier to water and that sort of thing. So I can pop that right open. Apparently there's an L here which fits just right and keeps it from sliding off and all that good jazz. So I realized if I did it over there, I wouldn't be able to plant anything or work on this area. Planning to dig all this up, get rid of all this mulch, and turn it up, add some dirt, whatever, and plant some more stuff over here, because it does get a little more sun on this end. Filling up a little bit. Realized that the plants are actually kind of dry. Hadn't watered them because their ground was so wet when I put it in there as far as dirt, and ended up getting a little bit too dry. Not sure why the bag thing didn't work. I saw the water up there, but I guess it just spilled down to wherever it was most tilted to, and didn't actually fall back evenly on the plants. So I'm just gonna get this a little bit wet since there's a rain coming, but if I leave the top on and don't want to have to come back here, I have to give it some stored rainwater. So had to put a plastic bag in there to keep the air in on that side. Got them watered. I think they're ready to go. I'll maybe try a temperature test tomorrow. I'm thinking maybe even closing this halfway off to see how that happens. Moving on, I do see the buds coming out on the raspberry bushes. So I do have to do something with these. Keep the air moving, get the leaves out, all that other good stuff. But I really need to think about maybe replanting some of these, and also some really weird stuff growing in there. Not sure what this is. Some sort of plant, weed. And then I'll have to find some sort of manure or something that's good with these, and maybe do a little research. The plants I actually do want these to survive. I would hate to replant the bushes. This is their second year. Some of these obviously not doing too well, like this one's too small. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll keep you updated and on how this works. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for tuning in and listening to me jabbering on about the garden stuff. So, alrighty, other duties call.